Okay, so today we're going to talk about power cleans. Now, if you've ever watched Olympic lifting or CrossFit, you've probably seen a regular clean. And usually a clean goes into a jerk or a press, or you've seen a snatch, which is a completely different thing. A regular clean is where you take the bar all the way from the floor, pull it as high as you can, slip under it, and you catch it in a deep squat. So I'm going to show you that with just this really light earthquake bar here. So again, it's a full clean all the way up, and you catch it in a deep squat up, and then you're ready to press or whatever you need to do. That's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about a power clean specifically. The only difference between a power clean and a regular clean is where you catch the weight. Full clean, you catch it in that deep squat position. Power clean, you catch it in a quarter squat. Again, the goal being that we try to snap the weight off the hips and develop as much power as possible. So let's talk about power clean. First things first, always make sure you're choosing a lighter weight than you think you probably need. When the goal is to develop power, the weight has to move with speed, and there has to be enough weight for you to feel it. Like this bar is not going to be enough for anybody watching this. But you do want to make sure that your form is good, you have enough speed on the bar to develop actual power. So if it's too heavy, your form's going to degrade, your speed's going to go down, and your chance of getting hurt is going to go up. And obviously that's not what we want to do. So just as a good rule, always maybe choose a little bit lighter unless you are super comfortable with your weight and your form, or obviously your coach or trainer tells you what to do. So, power clean. Again, I'm going to demonstrate with this and then I'll show you on the real weight. Now, you're going to set up just like you're doing a deadlift. Now, let me be specific, conventional deadlift. Obviously, you can't sumo deadlift into a clean of any kind. Conventional deadlift means that your feet are inside of your hands. Your hands are about shoulder width on the bar. So again, you start right here. Now, there's two pulls and a clean. The first pull is essentially a deadlift. The bar starts in the middle of your foot. You pull the weight straight up past your knees, just like a deadlift, right? If I was deadlifting, I would just go to here and be done. So that's the first pull. Now, on a clean, specifically a power clean, the second pull starts right as you clear your knees. So instead of slowing down like we do on a deadlift, now we really speed it up. The goal being that we pull as much as we can through our hips. Usually you're going to end up on your toes, elbows nice and high. The more that we can push, extend our hips, and really push the bar up, the more the bar is going to float, the more momentum it's going to get, the higher the bar is going to get, which makes the catch even easier. And that's really the goal on any sort of a clean. You want to get as much power as you can off the floor. Those are your strongest muscles. We're using your hamstrings, adductors, glutes, lower back, upper back, to create enough momentum to get the bar as high as we can so that all we have to do is slip under. It's a nice, easy catch, okay? So, first pull, just like a deadlift, accelerate, second pull, high, and then we just flip under, quarter squat, catch. Now, depending on your wrist mobility, I don't have great wrist mobility. I have to catch like a strong man. So I'm catching here like I'm ready to press like world's strongest man, okay? If you watch a really good Olympic lifter, they're actually gonna be back here, I'll kind of turn sideways, on their first fingers. This finger might even be off the bar, and it's gonna roll down into their chest. Obviously, I don't have the wrist mobility for that, but you may or may not. The key is always do what you're comfortable with. For me, it's super comfortable and safe to catch the bar right here. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? For you, if you can drive your elbows a little more forward and catch it right here, no problem. Again, whatever's right for you. So, we'll move this bar out of the way. We'll go to a real weight. Now, I can't show this one slow because it's a real weight. Still a little bit light for me, but let's just go through it one more time. Conventional deadlift stance, bars in the middle of my toes, nice and tight, and then it's gonna be first pull. Once I get past the knees, accelerate, elbows high, flip under, catch it in a quarter squat. So here we go, nice and tight, right there, okay? One more time. First pull, second pull, clean. Right there. Now, you'll see as the weight gets heavier that the weight might hit your thighs. If you've ever done sort of CrossFit or you've seen CrossFit competitors, if they're wearing like super short shorts, you can see their thighs get all red, because once you start hitting reps with it heavier, once you clear your knees, you're pushing your hips so far and hard forward that you're actually hitting the bar with your knees. With your thighs. You don't have to do that, okay? That's just something that kind of happens as a result of really good form and a lot of reps. Traditionally, when you're doing power clean, especially as you're learning, you want to keep the reps down, do more sets, make sure your form is great, and really learn the movement. You can't develop power if you don't have the form. So focus on the form, Take your time and get stronger.